following steps will guide you through the process of building a direct publisher Roku channel. Sample video content and posters are provided, but feel free to substitute your own videos and posters if you wish. This direct publisher walkthrough will take about 30 minutes to complete. The prerequisites are an instant TV channel account, a Roku developer account, which you can find at developer.roku.com, and a Roku device connected to a TV set or a computer monitor or a TV set with a built-in Roku device. Here are the step-by-step directions. Log into your Instant TV channel account. From the menu along the left side of the page, select Channels. If this is a new account, you will already have a brand new channel waiting to be filled with content. If you want to start fresh, click the Create New Channel button at the bottom of the channel list and select a channel type of Classic, then click the Confirm button. Your new Roku channel is at the bottom of your channel list and should be highlighted in yellow. From the menu along the left side of the page, select Theme. This will display the theme editor. For developer SDK channels, the theme editor allows you to change the look and feel of your Roku channel, but for direct publisher channels, the theme editor is much more limited and will only allow you to change the title, the channel language, and the build version. Make sure that the theme parameters selector is set to Direct Publisher. Then, in the title parameter box, change My Channel to the name you want your new channel to have, for example, My Test Channel. From the menu along the left side of the page, select Content. This is the content editor. It allows you to change the details of individual video items, and it also allows you to add new video items and categories and move, copy, or delete existing items. Notice the Content Editor Help shown in the window along the right side of the page. This window often contains useful information about how to use the current page. The content tree shown in the upper left window is a visual representation of your Roku channel's content. Each video and category item is shown here. Clicking any item causes the details of that item to be shown in the lower detail window, and any poster artwork associated with the item is shown in the upper right poster window. Clicking the plus symbol next to a list, series, grid, or grid row expands it to show the content items it contains. The yellow folders are different types of lists, which are important if you are using the Developer SDK method of publishing a Roku channel. Since this is a direct publisher type of Roku channel, the yellow folders represent categories which can be used to organize your videos and may optionally be displayed in the channel. But there is no difference between the list types such as horizontal, vertical, or grid row. Only the series list has special significance in a direct publisher Roku channel. There is only one content item currently in the channel. Let's change some of the information for that item. In the parameter box labeled Title, replace New Video or Audio with Plan 9 from Outer Space. In the parameter box labeled Description, replace the default text with Worst Movie Ever Made. In the parameter box labeled Thumbnail URL, replace the default URL with http://roku.od.com/plan9/poster_800x450.jpg. Scroll down the parameter list until the length parameter box is visible. Change the default length of 1 hour, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds to the actual length of the video, which is 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 31 seconds. Scroll further down to the parameter box labeled Release Date and change the date to 1959-07-22. Scroll down to the parameter box labeled Direct Publish Genre and change it to Science Fiction. Scroll to the parameter box labeled Direct Publish Tags. Replace the sample tag with the new tag Vampire. We're going to need more than one video in the test channel, so let's add another video content item. Right-click on the top-level yellow folder and select New Video or Audio. This creates a new content item at the top of the content tree directly above the Plan 9 from Outer Space item. In the new item's title parameter box, replace New Video or Audio with Space Shuttle. In the parameter box labeled Description, replace the default text with The Landing of Space Shuttle STS-129. In the parameter box labeled Thumbnail URL, replace the default URL with http://roku.od.com/shuttle/poster_800 by 450.jpg. Because the shuttle stream is of higher quality, it was created more recently than the Plan 9 stream, we will be providing two separate bitrate renditions of the video. Both renditions are of identical content, but one is an SD stream at about 700 kilobits per second, and the other is an HD stream at about 2 megabits per second. Using two different bitrate streams allows the Roku device to select the optimal stream for the currently detected network speed. Locate the Stream 1 parameter group and replace the default archive.org Plan 9 URL parameter with the URL pointing at the SD version of the shuttle video. http://roku.od.com/shuttle/shuttled_sd.mp4. Replace the bitrate parameter value of 0 with the actual bitrate in kilobits per second of the SD version of the shuttle video, 725. Click the New button beneath the Stream 1 label. This creates an additional set of stream parameters labeled Stream 2. In the new Stream 2 parameter group, replace the default archive.org Plan 9 URL parameter with the URL pointing at the HD version of the video. http://roku.od.com/shuttle/shuttle_hd.mp4. Replace the bitrate parameter value of 0 with the actual bitrate in kilobits per second of the HD version of the shuttle video, 2256. Scroll down the parameter list until the length parameter box is visible. Change the default length of 1 hour, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds to the actual length of the Space Shuttle video, which is 1 minute and 38 seconds. Scroll further down to the parameter box labeled Release Date and change the date to 2009-11-27. Scroll down to the parameter box labeled Direct Publish Genre and change it to Documentary. Scroll to the parameter box labeled Direct Publish Tags. Replace the sample tag with the new tag NASA. We're going to add one final video to the test channel so that there are a total of 3 videos. Right-click on the top-level yellow folder and select New Video or Audio again. This creates another new content item at the top of the content tree. This time it's directly above the Space Shuttle item. In the new item's title parameter box, replace New Video or Audio with Big Buck Bunny. In the parameter box labeled Description, replace the default text with A Day in the Life of Big Buck Bunny. In the parameter box labeled Thumbnail URL, replace the default URL with http://roku.od.com/buck/poster_800 by 450.jpg. We will again be using two separate URLs, one for the lower quality SD version and the other for the higher quality HD version. Locate the Stream 1 parameter group and replace the default archive.org Plan 9 URL parameter with the URL pointing to the SD version of the Big Buck Bunny video. http://roku.od.com/buck/buck_sd.mp4. Replace the bitrate parameter value of 0 with the actual bitrate in kilobits per second of the SD version of the video, 815. Click the New button beneath the Stream 1 label. This creates an additional set of stream parameters named Stream 2. In the new Stream 2 parameter group, replace the default archive.org Plan 9 URL parameter with the URL pointing to the HD version of the video. http://roku.od.com/buck/buck_hd.mp4. Replace the bitrate parameter value of 0 with the actual bitrate in kilobits per second of the HD version of the video, 2138. Scroll down the parameter list until the length parameter box is visible. Change the default length of 1 hour, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds to the actual length of the Big Buck Bunny video, which is 9 minutes and 57 seconds. Scroll further down to the parameter box labeled Release Date and change the date to 2008-04-10. Scroll down to the parameter box labeled Direct Publish Genre and change it to Animated. Scroll to the parameter box labeled Direct Publish Tags. Replace the sample tag with the new tag Bunny. Now we will set up a couple of direct publisher categories in the channel. Each category will correspond to a row in the grid displayed on the TV screen. There are several different ways to build the direct publisher categories. We will use horizontal lists to build the categories, although we could just as easily have used a different instant TV channel list type. Right-click on the top-level yellow folder and select New Horizontal List. This will create a new horizontal list folder just beneath the top-level folder. Right-click again on the top-level yellow folder and again select New Horizontal List. There will now be two new horizontal list folders just beneath the top-level folder. Left-click the first new horizontal list folder and change its short description line 1 parameter, displayed in the lower half of the page, to Fiction. This will cause the name shown to the right of the folder to be updated. Repeat the previous step for the second new horizontal list folder, but name this one Space. Left-click the plus symbol to the left of each of the two new folders. This will open each folder and display a default new video or audio content item within each folder. Drag and drop the Big Buck Bunny and Plan 9 from Outer Space items into the Fiction folder. Then drag and drop the Space Shuttle item into the Space folder. If the items are correctly located in the folders, they will appear beneath the folders and indented slightly to the right, exactly like this. Right-click both of the default new video or audio items and select Delete. The content tree should now look like this, with 2 videos in the Fiction folder category and 1 video in the Space folder category. Now we're ready to generate the feed for your new Direct Publisher Roku channel. From the menu along the left side of the page, select Channels. Locate the row containing the channel that was just created. Click the feed icon in the new channels row. Click the Confirm Feed Refresh button. After the feed has been generated or refreshed, a link for the feed URL is displayed. Copy this link and save it somewhere on your computer, for example in a text document. You will need to enter this link into your Roku developer account at a later step. The feed URL points to a feed file that contains all of the details you just entered about the videos in your new Roku channel. The feed file will be read by Roku servers and used to create a new direct publisher channel. If you make any changes to your channel, you will need to refresh the feed by clicking the feed icon again. The feed URL is only usable by Roku's servers. It cannot be downloaded. Before setting up your new channel in your Roku developer account, you'll need to have several pieces of artwork. Sample instant TV channel artwork is provided here, but feel free to substitute your own if it's available. The artwork height and width must be the same as the sample sizes, otherwise an error message may be generated and your channel may not be created or updated. Click on the Sample Images link on the left side of the Instant TV channel page. This will display a page containing sample artwork. With most browsers, you should be able to right-click on each of the sample links and select Save Link As to save the image file to your computer. Locate the sample 540 by 405 channel store poster and save it to your computer. Locate the sample 400 by 90 channel logo and save it to your computer. This logo has a transparent background. Locate the sample 1920 by 1080 splash screen and save it to your computer. Locate the sample 165 by 60 search logo and save it to your computer. This logo has a transparent background. Now that all the work has been completed with an instant TV channel, let's configure your channel inside your Roku developer account. Log into your Roku account at http://my.roku.com. Click the large purple welcome box with your name beneath it and then select Developer Site. Under My Channels, click the Manage My Channels link to advance to the Manage Channel page. Click the Add Channel button. Select the Direct Publisher option. Enter your channel's name into the gray box and then click the Continue button to advance to the Properties page. Select all of the channel store regions for which you have the rights to distribute your channel's content. Select whether or not your channel is directed at children. Roku uses this information to determine whether or not to collect Nielsen information and what type of advertisements to run. Select the appropriate parental hint for your channel. The parental hint is provided along with your channel's other information in the on-screen channel store. Enter a vanity access code. This is usually 1 or 2 words with no spaces that identifies your channel. After your channel has been published, this code can be used to install your channel from the Roku website instead of using the on-screen channel store. For most channels, any remaining settings on this page should be unchanged. Click the Continue button to advance to the Feed URL page. Enter the feed URL that you previously saved from Instant TV channel into the Feed URL text box. Do not change the video format. Click the Continue button to advance to the Branding page. On the Branding page, click Add a Logo and then locate and select the sample channel logo that you previously saved. If you are using your own channel logo instead of the sample, it must be a PNG or JPEG image that is exactly 400 pixels wide by 90 pixels high. Click Add a Splash Screen and then locate and select the sample splash screen that you previously saved. If you are using your own splash screen instead of the sample, it must be a PNG or JPEG image that is exactly 1920 pixels wide by 1080 pixels high. Click Add Search button and then locate and select the sample small logo for Roku search that you previously saved. If you are using your own search logo instead of the sample, it must be a PNG or JPEG image that is exactly 165 pixels wide and 60 pixels high. Click the Continue button to advance to the Categories page. No changes are necessary on the Categories page. Click the Continue button to advance to the Channel Store Info page. On the Channel Store Info page, provide a description and web description. You can also change the channel title here if you would like. Click Add a Poster and then locate and select the sample channel store poster that you previously saved. If you're using your own poster instead of the sample, it must be a PNG or JPEG image that is exactly 540 pixels wide by 405 pixels high. It must not contain any transparency. Select a preferred category for each channel store geographic region shown. This is the on-screen channel store category in which your channel will appear if it is submitted and approved as a public channel. Click the Continue button to advance to the monetization page. If your Roku developer account is not yet enrolled in Roku billing services, then the monetization page will not be available and the screenshots page will be displayed next. On the monetization page, do not make any changes, just leave No selected and click the Continue button to advance to the screenshots page. Later on, you can return to this page if you'd like to set up monetization for your channel. Initiating the monetization process usually involves a delay while Roku approves your application, and this may delay the publication of your channel. Screenshots are usually frame grabs from the channel's videos. The screenshots will appear in the on-screen channel store or in the web-based channel store if the channel is submitted to Roku and approved. For now, since this is a test channel, the screenshots are not necessary. If needed, you can come back to this page later on and provide screenshots. Click the Continue button to advance to the Support Information page. Provide the requested contact information on the Support Information page. The preferred URL for more information and end-user support contact may be provided by Roku to viewers who ask for technical support. The administrative contact and technical contact information is for Roku's internal use only and will not be provided to subscribers. The Test Accounts section should remain blank. After providing all of the requested information, click the Continue button to advance to the Preview and Publish page. Do not click the Publish button. Because this is a test channel, it should not be submitted to Roku for channel store approval. The Publish button is only used when submitting a channel to Roku for approval for inclusion in the on-screen channel store. This process usually takes several days or longer. Verify that there is a check mark next to each item in the checklist at the bottom of the page. If there are any red exclamation marks visible, click the link next to the exclamation mark in order to correct the error. You may wish to save the device preview link. It can be used with any other Roku account in order to install this new channel. Click the device preview link in order to advance to the Add Channel page. Click the Yes Add Channel button to confirm that the new channel should be added to your regular, your non-developer Roku account and installed onto your Roku device. If a "you must have at least one device" or similar error message appears at this point, it means that you do not have any Roku devices associated with this Roku account. Log out and re-log in using the Roku account in which you registered your Roku device, and then use the device preview link that you previously saved in order to add the demonstration channel. Your new channel is now in your Roku account and will be installed onto your Roku device in 24 hours or less. To force your Roku device to install your channel immediately, you must do a system update. With your Roku remote control, press the remote control home key. Use the remote control up and down keys and the OK key to select Settings from the on-screen menu. Select System from the on-screen menu. Select System Update from the on-screen menu. Select Check Now from the on-screen menu. You should see a brief message flash on the screen about installing your new channel. Press the remote control home key again. If your new channel is installed successfully, it will be located directly above the dividing line in your Roku home screen channel list. Selecting your channel will bring up the splash screen first, then it will display the Direct Publisher grid screen. That's it. You've created a Direct Publisher Roku channel.
Clearing up the shuttle's nose for landing, and so you can see the main gear of main gear touchdown. Pilot Barry Wilmore deploying the drag chute. Nose gear touchdown. Atlantis now rolling out on runway 33 at Kennedy Space Center, wrapping up a 4,490,138-mile flight to the International Space Station.
Atlantis, we'll stop.
Roger, we'll stop, Atlantis. That was a picture-perfect end to a top-field mission to the space station. Everybody, welcome back to Earth, especially you, Nicole. We'll meet you on page 5-3, the entry checklist.
Begin the post landing, clear tank.